of support with time, resources, and support as few as the critical areas for them as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to put in the chat a couple of notes or what of these as these resonate with you. So the first is time. So answer me this. Put it in the chat. Are you spending so much time working in your business that you are barely having enough time working on your business? And if so, tell me in the chat, what is the one thing that keeps you stuck in the day-to-day instead of stepping back to plan or scale? So what is keeping you stuck in that day-to-day work on your business, or in your business, I should say? 100% client deliverables. Yes. Perfectionism. Yes. I fear of assist. Okay. Staffing. Not okay. Thank you. Revenue, capacity, revenue, labor, whack-a-mole. Yeah. What's okay? Everything today is this, tomorrow is something else. I hear you. Perfectionism. Lots of perfectionism. Yes. Revenue, finance to hire money. So I hope you all see that you are not alone. You're not alone. Here's the next question. It's resources. So you know exactly what you need to do, or almost exactly, maybe not totally exactly, but what you need to do to move your business forward. But the question is, how do I access it and where do I begin? So tell me in the chat, what is one resource, tool, or connection that would make the biggest difference in your life right now as an entrepreneur? What resource would you love to have at your fingertips? What would you like to have? So I think I see capital, a grant, employees. Yeah, social media support. Ditto on the grant. All right. Mentorship. Okay, reliable team. Okay. Here is the next question. Keep those coming, keep those coming. Okay, but here's the last question for you. And this is certainly not least, and that is support. Have you ever thought, I feel like I am alone in a silo, and my current network, friends, family, team, they don't understand my vision as an entrepreneur? So in the chat, if this sounds familiar, let us know who that is. Well, you don't have to, unless you want to. We're not going to tell anyone. Who has said to you, hey, what's going to get a job? Why are you still an entrepreneur? Are you still doing that? Okay, no, you don't have to say that. But here's the question. What kind of support do you wish you had more of? Someone said, everyone says that to me. What kind of support do you wish you had more of? My husband. Oh, I shouldn't read it. My husband says that to me. Partnerships. I wish I had more family support. Yes. Mentorship. Others who have accomplished a similar vision. Advisory board. A fitness bootcamp personal trainer. Okay, well, awesome. Partners also. Well, thank you for sharing all of like-minded people. Love that. Thank you for sharing. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this program, Milestone Circles. Milestone Circles, it's a 12-week immersive program experience that is designed to help you accelerate your leadership and achieve significant strategic company growth. Over 12 weeks' time, we are going to help you clarify and define your critical growth goals for yourself first, because we are entrepreneur first at the center, and your business. Accelerate your company's growth velocity and increase and capture opportunity recognition. The Milestone Circles program launched its very first circle in 2021. And since that time, we have supported over 6,300 plus growth-focused entrepreneurs from all across this country. Milestone Circles hosts brand new onboardings each and every week. And so at the end of our time together, I'll share with you just how to get started. So what does these 12 weeks look like? Well, it begins with onboarding, an onboarding experience. Well, you'll come in and you will focus on your values, vision, and why, and you will develop a 12-week milestone based on a critical business need. Now, I do not want you coming to onboarding with a milestone that you are in mind per se, but this is a process. We are going to work through this process during the onboarding experience, but by the time that you finish onboarding, you will have a milestone that you're going to take off on your 12-week entrepreneurial journey. During this journey, you will pull down on the live classes that the Nasdaq Entrepreneurial Centers host and offer each and every week. You will connect with other community members and for connection points. You will have mentors and can schedule time with mentors, as well as other asynchronous opportunities to support you towards milestone completion. At the end of the 12 weeks, you will then celebrate, and we will celebrate you with a virtual graduation where participants share their milestone accomplishments, their next milestone, and their commitment to pay this experience forward. What makes this program so unique is our community. Again, we have supported well over 6,300 entrepreneurs from all across the country. This is a robust group of dynamic founders with all types of expertise, backgrounds, talents, and they are committed to supporting each other. So someone says, someone said in the chat, oh, I wish I knew someone who knew what I was going through. So imagine being a part of a community where you're connecting with someone who may have solved the problem that you're trying to solve today. They may be 5-6 months ahead of you, and they're able to reach back and help you and guide you through the next steps. There's maybe you want to talk to someone in similar industries as you, or maybe inside of your locale. This is what makes our community so unique. We also have peer-led support and mentorship. As a part of this program, again, it is absolutely free to our entrepreneurs, thanks to the generosity of Wells Fargo. We also ask for a pay it forward, though, at the end of your programming experience. And one of the ways that participants pay it forward is that they become a cornerstone mentor. These are graduates of this program with an accomplished milestone, and they have raised their hand to support brand new participants coming through. The application is open for the Milestone Circles program. And so if you go to our website, we'll put the link is right there for you inside of the chat, and you can complete that very quick application. And you can actually, if you put that in today, you can get started in as little as in about 2 weeks. And so I encourage you to go and do that as soon as possible, because dates can fill up pretty fast. And we want to see you all in the circle very soon. Inside the application process, you're going to talk a little bit about the work that you're doing, your business, and you'll have an opportunity to just make a couple of selections of start dates as well. We'll try our best to make that happen for you. But again, time fills up very fast, but we will get you in the next available start date. Once approved, you'll receive an email from our team. And then you will have your start date that will be sent to you, and you will be scheduled from there. All right, so let's get into some questions. And if you have questions for me, this is your time and my time to answer them for you. At the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A function. Please put all of your questions right there in the Q&A function, and I will be answering them. All right. All right. What is the structure of the program? So the program begins with an onboarding experience, and then that's week 1. And then weeks 2, and you will have a milestone. And it is based on the work that you are going to do to get your milestone accomplished. So everyone's milestone is different because it's based on your critical business need, and therefore everyone's process is different. But what everyone has access to are classes that align with their milestone that they'll be able to take. You have mentorship with expertise that you can schedule time in that you'll be able to connect with, as well as we have workbooks and toolkits at the center, and again, in our community, and so many other things. And so everyone's journey may look a little bit different, but you all have access to the same tools and resources and support that we're able to provide. And when you come through the program, we will help support you in designing your journey over the next 12 weeks. How long does the approval process take? Typically about once you have sent your application through, it can be about within a week. Sometimes we've been getting to them pretty quickly, but within a week you'll hear back from us. All right. I applied for Milestone Circles, but received an invitation to mentor makers. What does that mean? So my question now is, when did you apply? If you received a decline, then that would have been an email, but not just an invitation to mentor makers. So if you said inside of if you did not receive a decline from me, then that means that you may have just applied to the Milestone Circles program. And if that is the case, you should be hearing back from us within a week. Mentor Makers invitation comes to everyone in their application that indicated they would like to have more information from Mentor Makers. So you could not receive information from Milestone Circles yet, but because you indicated in your application that you wanted more information on Mentor Makers, then they have outreached you. And that Mentor Makers, let me say what Mentor Makers is, everyone. Mentor Makers is a platform where you can schedule time with a mentor. It is free to everyone and the center community. When you're inside the Milestone Circles program, we help support you on how to use Mentor Makers and all of our tools to be able to put all of those resources together to help you achieve your milestone. Okay, but that is available right there on our center website. All right. Is each meeting at the same time every day, each week? What happens during the holidays? Okay, so here's the thing. There are only about 2 meetings that we are scheduling that we need you to attend. Everything else you are scheduling on your own. We have a calendar of events at the center and at the Milestone Circles program, and you can schedule when you want to take part in those experiences. So the one that you need to attend is onboarding. So we want you to attend there. And then graduation at the end of the 12 weeks. Everything else, you are designing your experience. So there are opportunities that we have. For example, every Wednesday, we have accountability meetings where you can work on a sprint goal for the next week or two. And so that is every single Wednesday. So some participants come to that every Wednesday. Some participants just come maybe every other week, or just a few times. It is totally up to you. You're going to be provided with all that we have to offer, and you're going to create your own schedule. Okay. All right. And then with the holidays, I mean, we operate the same way. So our live programming experiences will not be available if there is a holiday. All righty. All right. What's next? All right. How can I find community classes and mentor sessions that appear as due assignments in the LMS? Ooh, think I see a participant. Hello, participant of the Milestone Circles program, circle member. So go to Getting Started inside of your matrix, or inside of your LMS. And so for everyone who's like, what is she talking about, this LMS thing? We have a platform that we use in order for participants to stay accountable and moving through these 12 weeks. And so that is what this individual is talking about. And so community classes to this participant, all of that is the live community classes are on our website. But I think what you're looking for, just go to Getting Started inside of your space. So if you're looking at due dates, you should see in that same space, there's something that says Getting Started. If you have any questions for us, please join us on our office hours on Fridays, okay? And to everyone that's watching, we have another part of this Milestone Circles program is we have live office hours for program participants that happen every single Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific. So if you're like, I'm stuck in this milestone journey of mine and I need to connect with someone, I need some help desk support, our team is available for you every single week. And again, they're live office hours. It's informal. You can drop in, drop out, and gain the support that you need. All right, let's back to some questions. All right. Are mentors in grant writing willing to share their experience? Why, yes, they are. We have all types of mentors. And here's the thing. that's wonderful about this program. I talked about that community, right? So yes, you can go on Mentor Makers and you can search up grants or grant writing to connect with someone there. But here's the thing, we have graduates of the Milestone Circles program or program participants that you're going to find in our community that you can reach out to ask a question to, because inside of this Milestone Circles community, we lean into the power of the collective. It is a give and it's a get. And so you'll have an opportunity to share as a circle member, what can you give freely to the circle? And then what is it that you need to receive? What resources and support that you need to move forward? And so that's how we operate inside of our dynamic Milestone Circles community. All right. Are there any regularly scheduled meetings or we drive? Yes, we drive. I think I answered that. You are driving the meetings. You are making your own schedule. How do we best leverage the program during post-completion? Oh, I just wish I had a graduate that was here, but I think there's some graduates inside of the chat. So I am going to hold that. And if you are a Milestone Circles graduate or Cornerstone mentor, go ahead and share this. I want you to answer this for us. How do you best leverage the program post-completion? So let me know inside of the chat and I'll come back to that one. I applied in August and I received a decline. Okay, so here's the question. Did you receive a decline for the Milestone Circles program? If you did, send me an email and we can take a look at your application. So we'll put the link in the email in the chat, but it's circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org. And we'll take a look at your application for you. Circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org. We'll put it in the chat. All right, let me see if I can do it. All right, oh, thanks, thanks. All right, it's in the chat for you now. All right, next question. Are there any in-person classes in any cities? So we do have particular cities where there are groups that meet together, and we're still building that out. We also at the center have events that take place inside of locales. And so when you are a part of our community, you'll get more details. And here's what's even better. When you are an alum of the Milestone Circles program, you are really get a lot more details and opportunities of being able to stay connected in-person experiences as well. All right. All right, what else do we have? So now where are my graduates? I saw y'all in here, Cornerstone mentors. We tell us about how you leverage the program after it was over. What other questions do y'all have for me? All right. If I were in the Milestone Circles before, but I didn't get to finish, can we go again? It depends. Send us an email at circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org, and our team will take a look at that. Okay, circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org. How do we best, you're like, okay, so they're not answering, how do we best leverage during the program as well? So here's the thing. This milestone is based on your milestone. Your program is based on your milestone. Many of our participants share that they are committing at least 4 to 7 hours working on their milestone per week. That is working on their milestone, working on that, and which is working on their business per week. And so it is the commitment that you are going to take classes, action what you are learning from classes and mentors and putting it into your business. And so once you have your milestone that is very clear and you start developing smaller goals to getting your milestone accomplished, that is the goal. That is the goal, that you're figuring out what that 12-week milestone is that is going to transform your business at the end of 3 months. That is what you're working on. And so just by that action and you pouring in your time and efforts, at least, like I said, most of it like 4 to 7 hours a week, 4 to 7 hours per week on milestone work, then what happens oftentimes, many times, is that participants are reporting out how they have increased revenue, they have increased their number of employees, or access to capital at the end of the 12 weeks. By leaning in and focusing and putting all of these resources, support, and all of the things behind this moment. All right. Let's see. All right, I see a couple of folks had to stop. Okay, if you have someone saying they had to stop program, if you have a question about your status of the Milestone Circles program, just send us an email at circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org, and we will we'll chat about it, and we'll get back in contact with you. We'll put that link, that email for you right there inside of the chat. All right, what's next? What advice do you have about filling out your application? You for that message. So listen, I want you, not to say that y'all not, that you wouldn't do this, of course, but I want you to be honest with your journey. Don't, and it's so funny. So I'm going through this process where my child is, he's filling out this college application. So, they keep telling you, be yourself, just, don't have anyone help you and all. And really, that's what it is. We want you to be honest about your journey. Be yourself with your challenges and your struggles of what you have going on. Do the best that you can. But be as thorough as possible when you're talking. And you don't have to write like a whole page or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But make sure that you just take a couple of deep breaths and just share about what is keeping you up at night, because that's the question it's going to be asking you. What are you hoping to work on? And when I say what is keeping you up at night, that is what's critical to you in your business right now that you're trying to solve. What is the thing that you want to have an answer to at the end of the 12 weeks? And what's that ultimate goal of yours? So that's all you want to do. You want to be just share as honest as possible. Don't try to, you don't have to worry about like, oh, well, let me go and copy and paste my mission statement and my vision statement here. That's great, but I can also see that on your website when you post it. So we want to hear your words. We want to hear who you are as an entrepreneur. That's what we want to see come through. But please don't stress the application process. You'll be fine. Just share about yourself from your view as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a founder of your company. We want to see you versus just the business. All right. Next, that's a great question. How can I track my application? I just submitted one in the past, but never heard back. Oh, okay. So I want you to send me an email as well, circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org, and we will check that out for you as well. I will say that I sent a lot of emails today. So if you applied, maybe not in the past week, if you applied about 2 weeks ago, maybe, we had a lot that let me just say a lot came up. If you haven't heard from us yet, then by the end of this week, if you applied like before today, you should hear from us. Like if you applied like last week, you should hear from us by the end of the week. Okay, what else do we have? I recently joined the program and haven't heard. Oh, I think I already answered that. Yes, circles@thecenter.nasdaq.org. All right. All right. Well, this was great. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. So we are at the end of our time together. If at any point in time you have more questions for us, just email it to us. We have another another info session that's coming up for you very soon. So please continue to check that out on our classes page on our center website at NasdaqCenter.org. Thank you all so much for taking the time to be here with us today. We would love for you also to join us for our upcoming webinars. You can view them by clicking the link in the chat. Thank you all, and we look forward to welcoming you back online with us soon.